Welcome to the first episode of This is Sports on This is Beirut. The countdown to round 2 of the FIBA West Asia Super League has begun, with Lebanon's top 2 teams, Riyadi, Beirut and Sagesse, leading this exciting tournament. Today we'll break it all down with Riyadi's Secretary General Tammam Jaroudi and former Sagesse player Elie Mchantaf. Thank you both for joining us. Tammam, round 2 of FIBA WASL kicks off next Tuesday. How prepared is the team, especially with the recent roster changes, Marcus Hunt joining and George King leaving?
The team is ready for sure. Now, changing players is not always an easy thing to do. Of course, we need to adapt quickly. But the advantage, I guess, that our team have is we count on our locals a lot. So we've been counting on them the whole season, and they've been performing to the expected level and even more. So we're going to be, if you want, like adding a player more than changing the team. So George Hunt needs to adapt as quickly as possible to the team before WASL starts. But we will also have, obviously, Diop and Ismail, who are going to be most probably till today our imports and WASL as well. Who've been part of the team for a while now, and our aim is obviously to continue what we did the first round, which is to win all the games.
Elie, Sagesse is also undergoing major changes in the team. There have been reports about Kadi Lalane joining the team as the head of the technical committee. Is it confirmed that he signed with the team?
Yeah, it's confirmed. He will arrive as soon as he finishes games in Korea. And we're looking for another, another imports because I think we need, to go higher in imports so we can compete more in the championship. You know, you have Riyadi, you have Beirut, very good teams. We have a young team. They don't have a lot of experience, so we need to get somebody to help the team and lift it up. So we need, really, we're looking for high-level players.
What are the names now on the table?
Let's not talk about names. There's a lot of players. I mean, right now, there's not a lot of available players. You know, the leagues is still on. So I think in like a couple of weeks, we will have more, more chances to get a better players than what we're getting now.
Elie, one of the major developments this season was the departure of Captain Ahmed Ibrahim from Sagesse. There have been conflicting reports about the reasons behind this decision. Was it a disciplinary issue or in a conflict with the coach?
Believe me, at that time, I wasn't fully involved in basketball in Sagesse. But Ahmed is a good player, but I don't know, always there's problem with Ahmed. So I think at the end he decided to leave. He didn't want to continue, and I think he don't want to play basketball anymore. This is what I heard. So I don't know exactly what happened, but I know that he took his decision. He didn't want to continue, and at the end, if you don't want to play, you cannot push anyone to play if you don't feel like playing for the team.
Elie Ristom is also back. What does he bring to the team?
Elie Ristom is a big player, had big experience before, played with big teams. So because we have many spots available now, and we don't have many players for the practice even, so we sign him for the season, and let's see if he do well, then we can think for the future with him.
Lebanese players abroad are also making an impact, like Yo-Yo and Jihad Al-Khatib. Are you considering adding any Lebanese talent from overseas, or is the roster now complete with only one available spot for a third import?
For us, our roster is complete, definitely, especially on the local side. I mean, we're trying to give chances to our youngsters, and it's not so easy. So, no, I think Lebanese-wise, it's complete. Obviously, we still have room for a third import. And you never know in the future if there might be any changes import-wise. But for now, that's it.
Elie, can fans expect new Lebanese players in the team this season?
I don't think so, because there's no players. I mean, as you said, Jihad and Yo-Yo, great talent. I think they will be in the league in a couple of years. Inshallah, we can have one of them.
Jihad recently signed with Central Michigan University, becoming the 8th Lebanese player in the NCAA. What is the significance of this for Lebanon and the national team, Tammam?
Definitely, it's a big plus. You can see the way the federation is working. If I can speak a bit about the federation,
Sure.
since I'm also the vice president in the Lebanese federation, they're focusing on young talents. They're focusing on the future of the Lebanese national team. If you want, even our current national team is not so old, but the president and the whole board, their focus is to try to go this extra step, not just to qualify to the World Cup, to actually try to compete in games. And this will only change through the next generations, changing the mind of the players, changing the mentality. We know as individuals it's going to be hard. So our team game has to be stronger, has to be tougher, has to be different. If you want to compete like some European teams compete against those big top teams in the world, they compete because they understand basketball differently. They work in a different way. They compete as a team. So this is the main focus. And with players having such big experiences, instead of growing up, if you want, in this not so professional way of coaching and the not so soft and tough and strict way, they're going to be growing up in colleges in the US, maybe even in Europe. So they're going to be used to working systematically and in a different, more professional way from a relatively young age. So this might make a big difference. And of course, the clubs will always benefit from this at the end.
Back to the new signings and foreign players. Now that you have 2 foreign players, what do you think is still missing for Riyadi to win WASL this year?
Now we're focusing on the next step. Our next step is to qualify to the final 8. I think we're 2 games away, 2 wins away from qualifying, if I'm not mistaken. That's our main aim for now. And of course, we're working on having the best possible team with the best possible imports when the playoffs come, whether it's the Lebanese playoffs or the WASL playoffs.
Do you believe adding a 3rd import is important, or you can rely on Lebanese talents for now?
Listen, our job as management is to build the best possible team. So why have one player less if you want in the roster? You never know what to expect, injury or whatever. Although whether it's us or Sagesse, we're playing in the 2+1 system. So on the court, you're only going to have 2. But obviously having an extra player with a good quality off the bench might change your games many times. Yeah. So of course it's very important. And if you want to win championships, you have to do your job as management and offer your coaching staff the complete best possible team. And then your coaching staff obviously has to do his job, offer his players the best possible systems and training and everything. And then the rest is up to the player. But of course, we're going to have the best 3 possible imports when the playoffs come.
We'll talk about this more. Elie, at the start of the season, Sagesse underwent a major transition, starting with Coach George Jaja, then appointing Coach Elias Zouros during the Dubai tournament. How has this shift impacted the team so far?
Actually, we signed Coach Zouros before the war started. Then the war started, he left. Then we were obliged to get George Jaja to continue what Zouros started. And then George Jaja, for a personal reason, he left, and we brought back Zouros. And it wasn't the same, like, you know, because when George Jaja came to the team, he put his strategy. And I think this is one of the problems that Ahmad left, because he gave him a bigger role at that time. And when Zouros came back, Zouros is very systematic, you know. He put a system and you have to follow. No individual, no things. And he have a very tough mentality. So the players needs to adapt with him. I'm sorry. So this changes affected us too much, you know. We didn't prepare very well. We brought players that they were available, you know. Like we got 2-3 players. I think what's missing is the chemistry inside our team. We don't have the chemistry. We don't have the leadership. You know, in basketball, you know, sometimes you have to take really good decisions at the court. The extra pass, defense, playing together, passing the ball for the player that you know where his spot is. So we you know, there is a lot of small details that we need to work on so the team will get better. Because our performance is not, everybody is saying, you know, the team is side, the management is one side, the imports. Yes, this is true. But, you know, I remember us when we built Sagesse long time ago, maybe 93. It took us a couple of years. We had the whole players, the whole national team players playing for us. And Riyadi, they had 5 players and they used to beat us. Only 5 players. Jassim, Yasser, then Walid came. And then it took us time to build really a good team, that we had chemistry, and we did the big spell. We won so many games. So basketball is not tennis. It's not an individual game. It's a teamwork. So if the team is not all together, starting from the president to the management to the technical staff to the players to everyone inside the team, they have to be one unit, playing together, fighting together to accomplish the job. So this is we have a lot of work to do in Sagesse.
How are you working on this, Elie, on the team chemistry on the court? I mean, we've seen Riyadi invest heavily in this, and it's clearly paying off.
Riyadi, they have, you know, like Tammam said, you know, they have the Lebanese players, and the foreigners will adapt with the Lebanese players. It's different here. So now, I believe, you know, my experience, I believe that we need to get a foreigner players that the Lebanese will adapt with them, because, you know, we have a gap in this point. So we are working. We're getting the team together. We're talking to the players all the time. You know, there's a lot of work to do. You know.
Do you think the technical team is struggling to get the right foreign players for the team?
Actually, we're working very hard. You know, there's no players available right now. It's very simple. You know, players are playing. You know, in Europe, they are still, the league is not over. In China, you know, most of the teams, they are out of the playoffs, so you can choose some of them. Korea. I believe in 1 week, 10 days, we will have much better options for our foreign players.
Elie, at the start of the season, the fans were very optimistic with the new additions to the team.
All of us were optimistic.
Yes, Jad Khalil, Gerard Hadidjan,
yes,
the new foreign players, Coach Elias Zouros.
Yeah.
What's different about Sagesse this year? Do you think they can still make that impact?
Of course, you know, we believe that we have to work hard to put the team, really to put them back where they have to be. You know, we are not. You saw the game yesterday with Beirut. They were fighting more than us. We didn't take the good shots. You know, we didn't have this extra pass. Our defense was not, you know, very well organized. There is a lot to work on. You know, when you play games like this and you find mistakes, you have to work hard especially we have Riyadi on Saturday. So, you know, these three teams are the best three teams in the league. So we have to work hard, and we have to work with the team to get them back.
Do you believe Sagesse is finally ready to win the championship after 20 years?
We are working. You know, nothing is easy. I'm telling you. We have good teams. We have people that they know basketball, and they are working very hard to win the championship. Of course, this is our aim. This is what we will keep focusing, and this is what we will work to make it.
What do you think, Tammam? Is Sagesse still a strong contender?
Of course, we saw what they did last year. Listen, as long as they stay patient, as long as they look at this as a long-term project, they're going to get there eventually. It's a matter of time. No team can keep winning. Of course, every team has the right to want to win every season. But in every sport, we've all been watching sports, we all follow sports, the biggest teams in the world. For me, I'm a Football United fan. Now we're 13th in the league. I remember the time when we used to win the leagues in, 2-3 months before the league is over by like I don't know how many points. So you cannot keep winning in sports, and the beauty of it is for teams to go up, down, for fans to support their team when they're down, when they're up. That's where I have to give big credit also to the Sagesse fans supporting their team for such a tough period of time, through all these tough years after they've been used to winning all the championships and everything. But I believe it all starts with the management. With the management seeing this as a long-term project, having the right experience to not to put too much pressure too soon, and to know they might do it like that. Sometimes it just clicks, and it might take many years to happen. But as long as they see it as a long-term project, once they get there, I think they might have a run. Like Riyadi, in the old days when Captain Elie used to play, we also had a bad few years of a bad run of losing championships, okay, but we've been fighting every season.
Yes.
We kept paying money, we kept trying to recruit, we kept trying to do the best we can, although for a while we were not winning championships, and then suddenly we had this long run. But it's all about stability and continuity, and showing the players also outside your club that no, this management is working the right way to attract these players, maybe if not this year, next year, the year after. So it all starts there, and they have everything it takes, as long as they keep working this way, and again they see this as a long-term project. Of course, I mean, there's only one thing to reach, like all the other clubs, is the championship. And if you work right, you get there eventually.
Beirut is also a strong contender this season.
Also, same for Beirut. Also, they've been here for a while now.
Yes.
Listen, they've been competing for the championship for so many years, and they've only won it once.
Yes.
Maybe when we don't think about it, we believe that they've been winning for a while because they've been strong for a while, and they have the stability in management. They're attracting players. All the players and the coaching staffs believe that this is a club where I can win championships, so they go there. And we see that they've won already the Arab Championship, they won Dubai, they've won the Cup, they've won the league. So they're there, and they've been there for a while, and that's the most important thing: stability. Stability in management, then creates stability in the coaching staff. It creates stability with the players, and we've been seeing that in the history of Lebanese basketball, not just world basketball and world sports. When you have the core of the team stable, that's when you accomplish the run of championships.
And Jad Al-Haj went from coaching Sagesse last season to coaching Beirut this season. On the national level, he left Bahrain.
Bahrain.
Yeah, do you think there's a chance he'll be back to coaching the national Lebanese team?
Why not? He's a good coach. We have very good Lebanese coaches like Coach Farran, Coach Jad, Coach Joe. Really, we have some young, good coaches. They need some experience. They will have experience, but why not? Yes, he can go. He can make it to the national.
I mean, there's been a debate about whether a local coach is better understanding of local players' mentality and culture. Are you with or against having a local coach for the national team now?
Honestly, I'm for. But if you're not going to get a Lebanese coach, you need to get a high-level foreign coach. Just saying that this guy is a foreigner, so he's better, doesn't make sense to me. Because the Lebanese mentality is not easy.
Do you think our coach
maybe
now
we need
is
someone
high
that
level?
he knows the Lebanese league too,
Exactly,
you know,
as well.
Lebanese mentality.
Like the current coach, he coached in Lebanon. He knows the Lebanese mentality. He knows the difficulties, and he knows how to, if you want, unlock the potential of Lebanese players. That's very important. But again, what I said to you before, they're looking at it in a different way, which is the right way. So they don't want a coach to adapt to the Lebanese mentality. They want these young Lebanese players to adapt to the right mentality, the right way that will take us this extra step. Like I said, I believe our team, and especially with the new rule of qualifications, we can qualify every single time. Back then, when these guys used to qualify, it was much tougher. Much tougher.
One team from
now, I believe it's a failure for us as a Lebanese federation if we don't qualify every single time. Really. So it's about how we perform once we qualify. So I believe thinking long term is the right way, but we need to keep qualifying as well, because even experience in the World Cup will give us a lot for the future one and the future one and the future one.
Tammam, many fans were expecting or wanted to see Ahmed Farran coaching the national team. What do you think about that?
As a Riyadi Secretary General, I don't want that because I want all his focus to be on the Riyadi. But also as a Vice President of the Federation, of course, I would love that. I think, again, the guy is doing, he understands the Lebanese players very well. And I believe, and also history showed, that you win with your locals. I mean, back when we did our run in the past, we did with our locals. When Sagesse did their run in the past, they had the best locals. When Homentman won the championship, they had the best locals.
Yes.
When Beirut, they had the best locals. When we are doing this run, it's the best locals. It's a local league at the end of the day, whether you have 2 or 3 or 4 imports. If your locals are not the best and they're not good enough, you will not win the league. You will not win a series. Because they are the ones that really give from all their hearts. And they know that they will not be changed. They have the stability, they have this focus. They're working on the next contract for the next season. They're going to give much more than any import will give. So this is a huge plus that Farran has. He really understands and he gets the best out of the local players. And this shows in the results. So of course he'll be a great plus for the national team. But
even if it means he won't continue with
again,
Riyadi?
I believe the right thing to do is to have the national team coach simply for the national team. He shouldn't have another job. So this will mean losing Farran for Riyadi, which is something I don't want, of course.
Sagesse will face Riyadi twice in a week. So once in the league this Saturday and once in WASL next Wednesday. Last year's final was extremely close. Yani many believe that if Gibson made that foul, Sagesse would have won. Elie, what was your reaction at the moment?
You know, lack of experience. You know, when you're up by 3 points and there is 10 seconds, I mean, you have to do your job. You don't have to leave any chance for the opponent to get you. So what we did, I think we gave WASL 6 seconds before, because the coach said, after 6 seconds, make the foul. Actually, we had to do the foul at the first second anyone touches the ball, because he was going to shoot 2 shots, then we have the chance to get the ball, we take foul, we did it. WASL is a big player, he did it. It's not easy to score 3 points the last 1 minute in the final WASL. So this is big credit for him, and we learn from our mistakes,
So is Sagesse prepared for WASL Araqji's 3-pointers this time?
Yeah, of course we have to. WASL is a big player. Riyadi players, they are all, any night, any player can score 30 points. WASL, Amir, Haik, that's the good thing. There's balance in Riyadi team. There's balance. You have good guard. They have size. They know each other. They are not selfish. You see players going to the basket 70%. If somebody is 80%, he will pass the ball to him. So that's basketball. We have to learn this. We won because we were playing as a team. When we had me, Fadi, Muhammad, Hassan at that time, we knew each other very well. I know exactly Fadi where he likes to play, or Hassan or Muhammad. So that's very important, playing as a team, passing the ball at the right time, doing your job 100%, this will make you win. It's very simple.
They seem ready this time. Do you have any surprises for Sagesse this year?
I think they know everything. I mean, last minute surprises, you never know. But for now,
yeah,
I think everybody knows everything. Like Elie said, I believe till today, we still have the advantage. But it might click any night. You can have an off night, like with all respect to Beirut. They had a much better night than us. They were much more focused than us. And they beat us on our court. So if you don't bring your A game when it counts against the big teams, and like Elie said today, like the top 3 teams are on pen and paper, and with the results that we are seeing are Sagesse, Riyadi, and Beirut. So any one of them on any night can beat the other, as long as you bring your A game to the game. And neither us nor them brought our A game against Beirut. They did, credit to them.
Really.
And they deserve the win. So whoever will be more ready, I believe, will have the edge on Saturday.
Sagesse and Riyadi have the biggest fan bases in Lebanon. But the Beirut Derby in WASL won't have both fan bases in attendance together. The first game was for Sagesse fans, and the next game is for Riyadi fans. What do you think, when are we going to have both fan bases in the same arena?
Never.
I mean, we've seen this in Dubai and in Qatar.
It's different. Like, for me, I give you a big example, like Olympiacos, Panathinaikos. You never see both teams, both fans together. It used to happen in the past. It was easier. Social media wasn't there. But still, we used to have a lot of trouble back then when it does happen.
It used to be 75-25%.
Yeah,
but like, I prefer like this.
Like we used to chant, for example, the fans of the other team, don't break the cars when you go out, for example. Really, some issues. Why the headache? Why the headache? Really, I think you can enjoy even the players of the other team. Like when we played in the full house, Nuhad Naufal against Sagesse, even our players enjoyed the full house against them. You enjoy it. If you're a player, really you enjoy seeing a full house, even if they're chatting against you. You don't like playing against, you don't like playing in an empty arena. So it doesn't have to be both. I believe the negative is more than the positive. As long as you see a full stadium and the fans chanting and supporting, and even chanting against the other team, as long as you don't exceed the level of respect, it's okay. I mean, I've been in many clubs, in many stadiums. I'm sure also Elie, and you understand. You hear sometimes people chanting against you. You accept a certain level. You understand that, and you even laugh sometimes. As long, like against Beirut, maybe at sometimes the chanting wasn't so nice, but once the game was over, our fans clapped, and that was it.
Against really appreciated that.
Yeah. But maybe they thought they were clapping to them. No, they were clapping to our team. And okay, guys, it's okay, you can lose, which is the right way to do it. And it shows respect to the other team as well. Against Sagesse, when we played in WASL as well, we didn't see anything wrong, although it was relatively a blowout. The fans were very frustrated, I'm sure. But they accepted the loss. On my way out, some of the Sagesse fans told me they were like, you guys played much better, you deserve the win. So it's nice. It's nice to see that. So I hope we reach this level. I don't care about having both fans. I care about having a full house against a team like Sagesse, or Sagesse having a full house against a team like Riyadi and being able to finish the game in a respectable way. I'm not saying it's not tennis, and I expect to hear a lot of not so nice words. This is something I accept, and I will take it, and it's part of the game. But don't cross the line. You know, that's all I want to see.
But I think on Wednesday night, fans did cross the line. What do you think, Elie?
Yesterday, you mean?
Yeah, on Wednesday night.
Yesterday
Yes.
game. Well, the fans, yeah, you know, it happens in basketball. It's okay. I used to this a lot.
We don't
before.
like it, but it happens.
But yeah, exactly. We don't like it, but it happens. But you know,
sometimes it could lead to sanctions.
Of course, it happened. It happened before.
Happened
It
to
leads
us and
to
also
sanctions.
Is it going
Both
to
of
happen
us.
this time?
No, I don't think so. The management is working on controlling the fans. And even now we have a website. When you want to reserve your ticket, you have to go put all your information. So
you can block the fans.
Exactly. We can, any fan, if he do any you know, if he cross the red line, so we can, you know, he will not allow to watch any other game in the future. So
Tammam Riyadi dominated last season, winning 5 titles. How hard is keeping that level of success or maintaining that level of success?
It was an exceptional season. You cannot do this every season. But again, we were like this split second close to not qualifying to Asia.
yeah.
You know, I mean, the guys dominated the whole game.
Yeah.
We had WASL especially had crazy
really.
last seconds, not even a minute. And suddenly we ended up going to you know, the Intercontinental Championship. But even there we were not lucky. I believe we could have done better there. If we had kept the same imports, again, talking about chemistry, with the same chemistry and everything, you never know, we might have finished second. So, of course, our aim is to win everything, every time that's our aim. But our main focus is always the Lebanese league, for sure. This is the key for everything. And as a Lebanese club, that's always our main aim. And after that is WASL, then you think about Asia and step by step.
Back to the foreign players, there have been reports about Omar Spellman possibly joining the Lebanese league.
Not
I talked to Coach Ahmed Farran. Yeah, he said that
I told you before, I cannot give you names, but if somebody's not coming for sure, I'll tell you he's not coming.
Okay.
So no, Spellman is
yeah,
not
so you're not interested in signing him?
We didn't even speak to him, honestly.
Elie, is Sagesse considering signing Spellman?
He's one of the names. You know, he's.
So it's not a done deal yet?
No, he's one of the names. We have many, you know, we're waiting. I think we're waiting for a while now. We're waiting a little bit. I believe, okay, we need a very good import, but we need to work on the team more than the imports now. The imports will help. As he said, you know, you need to have a very solid Lebanese team playing together, and then the foreigners will do their job. So this is what we need right now for Sagesse.
So between Beirut and Sagesse, who's more likely to sign him? Because Beirut, there have been reports that Beirut is also interested.
Maybe.
I hope Beirut will change something. Because they're clicking now. I hope they will change something.
No, the team, I believe Beirut, they have the chemistry. They played very big 2 games with Riyadi, with us. You know, I think when you have a team doing all this job, you don't have to change anything.
I hope they will.
Sagesse has a packed schedule.
Yes.
On Wednesday night, they faced Beirut. On Saturday, there's a Beirut derby, and next Wednesday, WASL.
Yes.
How challenging is it for the players to compete on that level, maintain the same level, and win?
It's very challenging. I said it yesterday in an interview after the game. The players, they have to step up. At the end, why we train? To play in the big games, to show our talent, you know, to make our team wins. So the Lebanese player, they have to step up, you know. They have to play hard, they have to fight. 40 minutes, basketball is a 40-minute game. You know, you cannot lose the game before even 1 minute before it ends. So you have to play 40 minutes. This mentality, we have to put it inside the team, inside the players. So we can, because I'm telling you, we're competing against a very good teams. You know, Riyadi and Beirut, they showed high-level basketball. So if we want to be at this level, we have to play the same basketball.
Can we see another Beirut derby in the WASL final?
Very possible, why not?
Possible, why not?
Very possible.
Yeah.
Which players, like speaking of the national team, which players do you think will make it to the Asia Cup? Because this summer, the national team will be participating in the Asia Cup. Riyadi have some of the best players, not just in Lebanon, but in the region, Sagesse as well.
Yeah.
Who are the players you think will make it?
It's up to the coach, but if you mean will they go to the Asian Championship with the full squad? Of course. Our aim is to win the Asian Championship. We haven't won it in a while.
Yeah.
Have we ever? We've never won.
We never won
We've
it.
never won it.
Well, last
Yeah.
year, last year
we were
did-
close.
Yeah, we were
Yeah.
very close. We lost at the final.
Exactly. We're hoping
Yes.
Australia will not get the A team, and then you have a chance.
Now
You never
bringing,
know.
putting Australia and Asia now
it was
qualification,
Yeah,
it's
not
very
fair,
tough.
is it?
Australia and New Zealand too.
Exactly. Listen, it's not
Big.
fair, but at the same time, that's when you test yourself.
Yeah.
Like what you were asking, Captain Elie, before. These games and this tough run of games, but this is when they test themselves. You know, they played against relatively weaker teams, with all due respect, and they won. Maybe did not perform to their best, but
Yeah.
they still won. That's not when they test themselves. That's not
Yeah.
when they understand how strong the team is.
Yes.
So for me, for them, the way they should look at it, with all due respect, it doesn't mean we're going to beat them on Saturday and Wednesday, but they should approach it more as an opportunity to show how good they are, to learn from it. So if they meet us again, or meet Beirut again in the playoffs, then they will be a different team. But putting all the pressure on winning this game is not as important as testing themselves in this game.
Yeah.
They're not going to test themselves in the other games where they're playing bad. I was talking to you also.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think they're playing up to
They
their level
we're
at
not
all.
performing well.
But
yeah.
they're still winning.
Yeah.
Against Riyadi and Beirut, they cannot play badly and
win. Yes.
So that's when they will learn more and more. Like one game against Riyadi, one game against Beirut, they will learn, this coaching staff, the technical team, will learn a lot more than 10 other games against 10 other teams. Again, with all due respect to the other teams. It's a fact. You know, you have these three teams that are the best teams. So going back to the Australian national team and the New Zealand national team, we're going to improve a lot playing against these teams.
Yeah.
Definitely, for
Of
sure.
course.
So
Playing on a higher level.
Of course.
And the foreign player plays a major role in this.
Yes,
Who could
that's
be
true.
the foreign player
Up to
joining
the
the
coach as well.
national
Up
team?
to the coach. But I know that the federation is sparing no effort. We even visited the president, and he's ready, the president of the country, and he's ready to help as much as he can nationalizing a player. So it's up to the technical staff to choose the best possible player that will accept to come, because the federation is not, again, they're ready to pay any amount for the right player. Their aim is to win Asia.
There have been reports about Marin March joining Riyadi. Are you in negotiations with him?
He's one of the options that we're talking to. We need the center, obviously. That's the missing piece right now. So he's one of the options, yes, for sure.
Could a player of such a profile be considered for the national team, do you think, for
He
Asia?
plays for Croatia, if I'm not mistaken, so he cannot play with the national team.
Okay. Before we wrap up, let's get into some fans' questions and comments from social media. We have some tough ones, so are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So Sharbil Zidan Haj wrote, Sagesse has a lot of issues. How will they win against Riyadi and Beirut? They need more practice, especially in shooting. They've been struggling in every match. Of course, he wrote this before the game on Wednesday. What are your thoughts on this, Elie?
It's not about, they are shooting every day in the morning, each one 300-400 shots. It's not about the shot. It's about them feeling, you know, they wanna play. I'm telling you, it's not about, you know, when you shoot like 1,000 shot every day and you go to the game and you're lost. You don't know what's your role. You don't know what you're doing. You don't know when you're taking your shot. If you take it at your position, you know, there's a lot, you know, I think we have a mental, somewhere we have a mental issue. We have to work with the players. They have to play without pressure. You know, basketball is a simple game. I keep telling them, you know, how beautiful is your job is the thing that you love in life. It's your hobby. It's your everything. Like when I was playing, I was so lucky. I used to say to God, thank you for letting me play basketball because this is my game. I love it. So we have to play without pressure. We have to give 100%. We have to play together. We have to enjoy the game. You know, if you go into the game and, you know, putting all the pressure on your head, your shot will not go in. I saw it yesterday. Our players, you know, they were shooting. I felt before they shoot the ball that the ball is not going in because not their position. They are not relaxed with the shot. You don't see, you know, I'm a player and I feel the players when they feel the ball, when you have to penetrate, when you take the gap and go the gap and you go to the basket to score a basket. You know, there's a lot of work to do, I believe. So I know the fans, they're very upset. They have big hope on the team for this year. But I believe we're still at the beginning of the season. We are at the first round. We will work hard to put, again, the team at the right track and do the job.
Sharb El Nakhli commented, ugly 9 wins. The team doesn't have the Sagesse spirit. This brings us back to team chemistry.
Yes,
what do you
of course.
respond to this?
This is very true. We don't have this. We need to have the spirit. We need to fight. We need to, you know, Riyadi, Beirut, mainly Riyadi. Why they win? Because when they go to the game, inside their head, they know that they're winning the game. It used to happen with me. I win the game before I started. You know, that's the point. You have to feel. You have to understand that whatever happens, we are going to win at the end. You have to believe in this. So we have young players. They never played many championships. They never won anything before. So this is why we have to work with them to put them where they have to be.
Tammam Sharif Mizyani asked, Thornmaker's season in the G League ended after his team lost to Salt Lake City. Will we see him in Riyadi again?
Very possible. Very possible. We would love to have him back. And I know he would love to be back, so very possible.
Is he joining during WASL
He's
anytime soon?
Yes, now, no. That's for sure. No, but of course, and I said that many times, and all the management, everybody's saying that. If this guy is available, of course, we would love for him to come, and he would love to come back. But it's a matter of negotiations now, and the right time, the right amount of money, and everything.
Is that why you're still waiting for your third import? Are you reserving this spot
if you have
him?
this the possibility of getting back Thon, I don't think you'd think of anybody else.
Yeah.
And with that, we come to the end of this interview. Tammam, thank you so much for joining us. Elie, Mchantaf, thank you so much. It was nice having you. And to our viewers, thank you for watching. Make sure to follow This is Beirut on all our social media platforms for more.